Hello everyone, this is Mr. Storm and this is word exercise number 2. I'm going to walk you through a couple of the critical skills that you're going to need to accomplish this assignment, but I will not walk you through the entire assignment itself. So while you're watching the video, just pay attention to what I do so that when it's your turn to complete this assignment, you can do these things without much help. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up Microsoft Word and get that running. Now ignore the thing that says that I have not activated my Word. I haven't activated. All right, leave me alone. Okay, just ignore that. Okay, so when I open up Microsoft Word, it defaults to Calibri 11-point font. And that's totally fine for what I want to do right now, because I'm going to show you how to change the font style very quickly. So I'm not worried about the font settings or anything right now. The first thing I want to do is I want to type the title at the top of the page. And our title is Utah Military Academy Presents. Okay. And what we're doing is we're creating a kind of like a handbill for a play or something like that. And this play is Into the Woods. So Into the Woods. And then the last thing that I want to put in here is cast. I'm going to hit enter twice and type cast. Now, of course, this doesn't look very good. So I want to go ahead and change my Utah Military Academy Presents. I want to change it to something better. So I'm going to change it to 24-point font. So it takes up a good deal of the width of the screen. And I'm going to choose a pretty good font that looks nice for kind of like a handbill. Let's do, oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, we'll do this Gothic. Why not? That looks kind of cool. And then I want to center my title as well. Okay. Now, 24-point font, this cool Gothic font, and it's centered. That's the format that I want for all of my headers in my document. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and select this, and I'm going to go ahead and click this Format Painter button. Format Painter, as you can see from the tooltip that pops up, Format Painter it basically allows us to save the format of the text, not the text itself. So the font size, the centered attribute, all of that can be saved just by clicking Format Painter. And then when I go down to Cast, I can highlight Cast, and it automatically applies that format to cast for me. Okay, so that header's done, this header's done. Now I want to go to Into the Woods. I'm going to center this, and I'm going to italicize it. Okay, so Utah Military Academy Presents Into the Woods, and the cast. So we're going to put a cast down here. And I don't want this to be header, so I'm going to go ahead and put it over here. I'm going to go back to my Calibri body at 11-point font. All right, now the next critical skill that you're going to need to know to complete this assignment is called setting custom tabs. So to set a tab, I want to go up to the paragraph section here on my home tab, and I want to hit that little arrow, the little arrow that brings up another dialog. So I'm going to hit that to pull up this dialog box. Down here on the bottom, I have this tabs button that'll allow me to set custom tabs. So I'm going to click tabs, and it'll bring up an even newer dialog box. Okay, with this dialog box, I can set how far I want my cursor to go over every time I hit the tab key. So when I hit the tab key, right above the caps lock key, when I hit the tab, it will make my cursor go over a specific amount every single time. So for this instance, and I've listed all of the tabs, all the exact tab settings that you need to use in this document. I've listed all of them in the lesson 2 instructions. So they're all there. But for the first tab, I want to set it to 1.25 inches, 1.25 inches, an inch and a quarter, and I want to make sure that it is lined up to the left, and I don't want any dot headers in this one. So I just want it 1.25, I want it to the left, and I want no dot leaders. So I'm going to click set, and it's going to pop it down in here. So now the first time I hit tab, it's going to go over 1.25 inch. Okay. And the second one, I want it to be 4.5, so it'll go over 4.5 inches. And I want this to be left, but I want it with dot headers, or this dot leader. Sorry. So I want dot leaders on that. And you'll see what that means in just a minute. So 1.25 and 4.5. Now I have my tab set the way that I need it for this section. I'm going to click OK. So here, all I have to do is hit tab, take me over to that 1.25 inches, and I can start typing. So the witch. Okay. Now when I hit tab the second time, it'll take me over 4.5, and it'll give me that the nice cool dots in the middle. So there. And I'm going to type in the fake name that I came up with for this assignment. All these names are fake names. I just needed to fill in the document. Now I can go to my next line, hit tab again, go to the next person, Baker, type. Now, even though Baker and the witch are completely different on size, when I hit tab, it still takes me over to exactly 4.5, which is exactly why we use tabs. Okay, and this is why we're setting custom tabs, so that our document looks good no matter how big the text is. Okay, and I can keep doing that, but I'm not going to for this document. You guys are expected to type out all, oh, how many are there? 7. I'm only going to do 2 because I want to make this video short. Now, so we've set tabs. We've used the format painter. I want to show you how to clear out tabs and create new tabs. So if we go back to our dialog box, go back down to tabs here, our tabs are still saved, and I want to get rid of them. So I'm going to go ahead and click clear all to make them go away. And now I can create brand new tabs. So for this next section, the tab's going to be 3, and it is going to be set to the right, and it's going to be set with dot leaders. I'm going to click set, and I'm going to have 3.5, 3.5, and it's going to be left with no dot leaders. Set. And then I want to do 6.5, 6.5, and it's going to be to the right with dot leaders. So now my tabs are set for this next section. Okay, so this is after the main cast. These are, you know, the kind of the unimportant people at the bottom of the cast. Okay, the extras. So people like the narrator. Okay, now I'm going to hit tab. Boom. It's going to take me over, and Charles Clay. Oh, Clay. Now notice when I was typing there, instead of going from my cursor to the right, it went from my cursor and it pushed the text to the left. The reason why was because when I set the tab, I set it to originate from the right. Okay, so that's why it was pushing that way, and that's why we set it like that, so that the right side will be lined up on this whenever we're done typing all of our names. So I can hit tab again. It'll take me to the next section, and the next section, let's see, Rapunzel's Prince. Rapunzel's, oh, Prince, tab, and Tayson Doyle. Okay, so now I have this really cool looking main cast for the really important people, and then I have the less important people underneath. The mysterious man. And who is the mysterious man? Seth Tanner. Cool. So now look at how everything is lining up perfectly, and it's making it look a whole lot better than it would if we were just trying to put a bunch of spaces in here or put in a bunch of periods to do this. This is allowing us to put everything exactly lined up the way we want it to be without having to play around with it too much. Okay, so I'll just put in one more really quick just to make it even. What's next? Florinda. And this is Kathy Pine. Okay. So, again, you guys are going to continue typing all the names in there. I am not going to, so that this video can be a little bit quicker. So I'm going to hit enter twice. I've already hit enter once. I'm going to hit it again. And I want to type the word chorus. Now again, this is where Format Painter comes in. Okay, I can type Format Painter, and I can grab it, go over chorus. Uh-oh, it didn't work. The reason why is because the Format Painter goes away after you use it. So I need to select it, hit Format Painter, and then come down and hit it again. So now I have my chorus, and I can enter and reset everything to what I want it to be quickly. And now I can start, I can go through here and set new custom tabs, type the new section, and that's pretty much the rest of the document. The rest of the document is just setting a new custom tab, making sure that the title is created using the Format Painter. When you're done with this document should only take up one page. If for some reason you find that your document will not squish onto one page, make sure that you set, you can play around with settings like the font size for the text here, or you can play around with your spacing. I'm set at 1.15. You can squish it into 1 if you'd like. Now, you'll notice that 1 doesn't quite make it all the way where I want it. I can go into line spacing options, and looks like I have an after spacing of 10 points. So I'm going to drop that down to 0 so that it actually squishes it in together. Okay, but so there's all kinds of things you can do to make sure that this stays on one page. The overall goal here, though, is to make sure that it looks good. Make it look good. Make sure that it stays on one page. Make it nice. And I want you to practice using the custom tabs to get the document formatted exactly the way you want it. All right. This assignment is due tonight, so please work on it in class. Get as much of it done as you possibly can and turn it in. And then you guys can have a good weekend. All right. I will see you later.